President, thank you very much, Madam President.
Well, President Manju, leadership for MDC and NPP. Today is a historic day in many ways. It is the first day of the 30th year of our independence, but with the majority of Zimbabweans with nothing to show for it except dire poverty, extreme suffering, hunger and disease. Yesterday we had a leader who stated the critical issues affecting the people during the commemoration of our independence. An important day that has now been privatized by a political party. It is against this background that we have chosen this day to give the hope to the people of Zimbabwe that indeed that there is a bright light at the end of this very dark tunnel. We have chosen this day to take the first step to bring all Zimbabweans under one roof so that we can work together to remove this unmitigated repression and misgovernance that pervades our lives. I am pleased to inform the nation that today we have signed a memorandum of understanding with Dr. Joyce Mjulu of the National People's Party to establish a pre-election alliance and route to the establishment of a coalition government. We shall drive a comprehensive democratization and transformation agenda. This is just the beginning of the building blocks towards establishing a broader alliance to confront ZANU-PF between now and the next elections in 2018. Similar arrangements will be entered into with other political formations, and I will inform you as it happens, as we have done today. While political parties have their role in nation building, it must be understood that they are not the only stakeholders. We are in this together with other key stakeholders such as traditional leaders, the church, labor, vendors, war veterans, civic society, business, and the generality of Zimbabweans. This is our collective struggle, and I call upon all Zimbabweans to join us in working together in playing their part so that we can reclaim our country, our freedom, and our dignity. To the youth, the future belongs to you. Shape it, and the first step in doing so is by registering to vote. Even at the ever-ripe old age of 93, President Mugabe knows that the country's crisis is unsustainable. Every Zimbabwean from every station of life knows it too. So we should all stand together in unison and say enough is enough. As President Mugabe enters the sunset of his life, it is incumbent upon all of us to pick up the pieces and rebuild our country together. I hope the understanding we reach today and which we should reach with many others will culminate in a solid political cooperation agreement that should usher in a new governance culture in our country. Today marks the beginning of Zimbabweans coming together in building an inclusive society that prides itself in leaving no one behind. The future can only be bright for this country that we love, and change is good for everyone. I thank you.
Thank you. To you, Dr. Morgan Richard Tsvangirai, President of MDCT and the leadership of MDCT. From us, the leadership of the National People's Party and the rest of the National People's Party members, supporters and sympathizers, would like to say our happiness is immeasurable, because a lot of the people in Zimbabwe have been asking us questions. How are you going to do it? How are you going to make the way forward? When are you going to be meeting with your colleagues of the opposition parties? And I've been telling them, not everyone in the opposition party is going to our signing of this memorandum of understanding. And without coming up with an overkill of what Dr. Tsvangirai had said, this is something that we have been discussing since last year. We have taken more than 6 months, to say the least, of consulting, discussing, making ourselves understand as to what expectations our people have or should be given from the two of us. And I'm happy to say today is the day. And I'm sure the Zimbabwe populace and the world at large will really be, coming forward to also assist in many ways that we are going to put across, and also giving us their ideas of how things should be done, because we know your expectations are very high. And please don't look at our shortfalls or our misfortunes, but we are looking forward to seeing Zimbabwe being that great country that we fought for, that our nation of Zimbabwe suffered, and they are still asking us, why did we waste time doing things of this nature? So Dr. Richard Morgan Trangirai and your team, I'm saying to you, as from us, National People's Party, we are very happy that today we have reached this stage, and I'm sure it's now marking not the long march that other nations have walked, but ours should be the short march, because we know exactly what should be done and what we have been discussing, even in NERA, even in our newly formed forum, the Opposition Parties Forum, that you and I, we are going to be leading, you leading the diplomatic committee and I leading the political committee, and Mr. Biti leading the legal committee. I think those things should not come from individual parties, but have to come from the nation, from what our people are now expecting to see from us. So with these few words, I would like to say to the nation of Zimbabwe and the world at large that this is where we are, here we are, as the two parties that have come to this agreement. So please, work with us. We are there to deliver Zimbabwe in unison. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Trangirai and President Julu will take a few questions. Just a few questions, not more than